All right, hello everyone. Today is Tuesday, November the 12th, 2019. And I wanted to do an update on my patellar tendon rupture and the reconstruction thereof, as well as on the broken wrist. But again, the broken wrist is kind of irrelevant for these videos. The purpose of these videos that I always had once I went through this patellar tendon injury while during a tennis match, I wanted to make sure there was a daily update for those out there that experience it. I know that I've been told numerous times over throughout my life that if there's one injury on the knee area that you would never want to have happen, it would be to have a ruptured patellar tendon. And I always just took it with a grain of salt, never really even thought about it. And then when it happened. And now 11 days post surgery, and it's so 11 days post surgery, but the injury happened 21 days ago. So I had to wait 9 days prior to surgery. So 21 days post injury, and 11 days post surgery, if that makes any sense at all. So again, the fractured wrist was an after effect of this. When my knee snapped or buckled, or the patellar tendon ruptured, I fell and tried to catch myself and broke my wrist along the way. So actually, in all honesty, I wasn't going to do a video today. So I'm going to give a quick shout out to another Justin out there. Again, my name's Justin, but there was another Justin. That's a Green Bay Packers fan. Oddly enough, I'm a Packers fan too that also has 5 kids, but I'm more of a 49ers fan, let's just be real. So go Niners. I hate they lost last night, but Packers would be number 2. Anyway, big Brett Favre fan, but I had a message and it was, hey, I'm going through this at the same time, but a little bit sooner by only like a couple of days. So that motivated me to want to go ahead and do the video today. I must be honest, I was like in a mood where I didn't want to do a video. I just didn't. I was having my first really down day today with this injury. It's cool outside today. Actually, it's kind of cold here in Alabama, and cloudy. So I don't know. It just kind of put me in a down mood about the injury. But once I got this is a cat, Roger, named after Roger Federer, the tennis player. But once I got the message, I was like, okay, all right, let's not be down. Let's go. Let's be positive. Let's go and try to pump myself up. But you do go through ups and downs with this injury. For me, some of my background is as I was raised in a tennis family. I was born into it. I started playing at the age of 2, and I have pictures of that in my tennis room. If I could get up, I would show you. But started playing at 2. Lucky enough to play, through college, and began to coach. So my entire life has been on my feet on a tennis court. Should I have spent time in the gym? Yes. Did I ever have time? No excuses. No. Long days on courts, 5 kids at home. My wife plays. We play matches. So having this injury happen just one day in the middle of a match where it was a match point against me and I shouldn't have even gone for it. I was frustrated that day because my knees hurt already. And I went after the stupid ball. My wife told me, don't play. Your knees hurt. Your knees have been hurting you. Don't play. And I went out and played. And I was frustrated because my knees were hurting. And I was like, I don't want my knees to hurt. And I went ahead and played. And then what happened on match point. So yeah, I was down about it today for sure. So some of the reasons why I get down, it's like I sit here, and I'm looking at my leg. It's getting smaller and smaller. And you're like, geez, I spent so much time throughout my life making it stronger and stronger. And now it's just... and there's things that I, when you sit around all day and you're thinking and you're thinking and you're thinking and everyone else is gone, you just then you tend to think deep, and that's kind of what I have to work on, making myself more positive, is not to think so deep. Like namely, sitting here and I'm flexing the muscle on my left leg, and then I flex the muscle on my right leg, and then it looked the same. So I'm like, geez, did the surgery work, or do I have to have another surgery? So there's all these things that go on in my head, and maybe I overthink that, but so here's the surgically repaired knee here, and my good knee over here. So right now, again, I do some heel to toe exercises like this, heel toe, and then I try to lift the foot up and then flex my quadricep muscle at the same time, and I can see my kneecap start to move a little bit. right? So, I guess that's good news. I don't seem to be able to get the interior side, the inside of my legs quadricep muscle to flex. I can flex the outside of my quadricep muscle. So this is my right side. So the exterior, and I forget the medical term for that, but the outside of my right quadricep muscle, I can twitch. You can see my shorts move, twitch, twitch. But when I want to try to twitch the inside, like on this side, you can see my muscles tightening up on the inside. But I can't seem to do that on the inside of this side. I don't know if it's the brace that's doing it or what, but that's one of my concerns, So again, as an athlete, for me, well, maybe I don't need to give myself any false positives. I mean, in all honesty, this injury, in my opinion, happened because I'm still trying to play like a 19-year-old college player at 41 with 5 kids, and I think this was maybe a way of someone in a higher realm telling me, hey, let's flip that switch off and let's focus on coaching. But for me, it's so hard to turn off the switch to play. And that's the biggest downfall for me in this injury, is trying to overcome my negative thoughts because I want to go out and play big. But now I've blown out my patellar tendon. So I think that's the hardest part for me and why I get down. I made a video a couple days, always be nice to your supporter. For me, it's my wife, and I even kind of griped at her this morning and last night, simply not because of her or not because of anything, but just because of the mentality behind this whole thing. You want to go, but here you are, and it's great, but doing these videos has helped me. The message from the gentleman Justin just a minute ago helped me, because man, I tell you what, it was a rough day today. Anyway, pain wise, really not any pain at all, less when I try to get up and walk around. A minute ago, we had a tennis racket to string, and my wife is a beginner stringer. I've done it my whole life, and so I want to go up and do that. And so I tried to get up and go string it, and my legs started hurting because I was standing for so long trying to show her how to do it. And then I just kind of came and sit back down, and so that weighed on me. But pain wise, unless I'm doing something like that, standing for long periods of time, not really. Sometimes if I'm trying to sit down alone and don't have my leg lifted like this, like completely lifted, like from here. So if I let this leg bend at all here, it hurts like really bad, right? Really bad. And it's really tight in here, like my tendon's tight. We rupture our tendons, and the tendon pulls back into the leg, and they have to stretch it back down with sutures and then kind of hook it back to the tibia, which is the upper part of the leg. So you can imagine the tension there. So immediately post-surgery, that was the most excruciating part of surgery, is the pain I felt in my upper quadricep when it was stretched back down or pulled back down onto the tibia. So really kind of a wicked deal. I mean, again, talk about some brutality on surgery. Doctors did great, but the pain afterwards was redunculous. Wow. Felt like Clay Matthews, just drilled me. Boom. Oh, but I forgot. Clay Matthews is now playing for the Rams, I think. No longer in Green Bay. Sorry about that. But anyway, the biggest thing for me is hopefully on the 14th, which is this Thursday, when I go to my 2-week follow-up, which is my first follow-up, that everything is looking good. I will mention my concerns about why can't I flex the inside of my quadricep area. Also, my left knee has ached me equally as bad for the past 10 years. Again, with 5 kids and coaching all the time, I don't have time to go to a doctor. So I never went. So now I think I need to get this guy checked out. So we'll see. But I think that the end goal of today is to maintain positivity. I've done videos now for 10 days saying stay positive, and I got negative. I did. So big shout out to that gentleman out there, Justin, for at least getting me out of the funk for a minute. Anyway, that's kind of it. So my first follow-up appointment's upcoming. If you're out there and just seeing these videos, again, this is day 11 after surgery for me. I feel good. Can put a little bit of weight on it. Can flex my heels. I can flex the outside of my quadricep muscle, but not the inside of it. And I must eat my words for staying positive all the time, no matter what, because I had my first bout with it. So it's totally normal. I'm usually really positive, and I had a dose of it. So anyway, that's all I've got. And we'll go from there. See what happens. So the best of luck to everyone. And I wish everybody well during this injury. It packs a punch from the feeling when it happens to the pain after surgery to the psychological aspect that can linger on from 6 months to a year. I'm hoping to set recovery records, though, because I swear I'll pull my ear off if I have to sit here much longer. All right, guys, take care. Help me stay positive, vice versa. Peace. See you later. All right, let's go. Stay positive. Come on. Positive. Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Get negative. Come on.